Boy, it's been a while since I did a video like this. Okay, so, anyways, today I'll be reviewing the minis that came from the little boxes that you tend to get from the store, or the little match that goes with the little matchbox vehicles. So, let's get started. Our first creature on the display is Dimorphodon. To be honest, I like how there is different colorations for the second one instead of copying the first one, which is actually a nice detail. To be honest, it's really nice that Mattel decided to oh, you know what? Instead of copying this Dimorphodon, let's make it a different skin, and that's what they did basically. And boy, are they quite big compared to these mini human figs. Next, we got Pteranodon. In case if you're wondering why Geosternbergia isn't with these guys, it's because Geosternbergian is basically a Pteranodon, according to some of the recent studies with dinosaurs. So, yeah. Anyways, I like how they look quite a bit different. Both of these came from the little boxes. The Pteranodon came from the Dominion of the series, like the Dominion, the Dino Trackers, Epic Evolution, and the Geosturbergia itself came from Epic Evolution. Or did I say that this guy was from Epical Evolution, even though I don't think it was? But anyways, and this guy here is from the Mattel line for Jurassic World Rebirth, which I like how the wings look a bit different from this Pteranodon. I really like that detail so much. Next I got is Tupendactylus. I was about to call it a Tapihara because I originally thought this was a Tapihara, but it's actually a Tupendactylus, and this is the only skin color ever that I have of this pterosaur. But it's got a nice crest though, to be honest. Boy, it's so big. Not gonna lie. Next we got is Lystrosaurus, and by judging of how big this mini is compared to these mini human figs, it's quite accurate to the real thing. Well, if it is or not, but in the film they nicknamed the Lystrosaurus Leonard, which is in Dominion, which is I really like that name. Though I've seen other mini lines that have different color of this mammal-like reptile, the Therapsid. They come in like orange or purple, I believe, in a different set, like for Dominion. But it's still a pretty cool animal minifig. Next up, I got Velociraptors. 3 blues, well, different variants if you can tell easily, because I can definitely tell the difference. And one of them came from a Dominion Matchbox line. One of them came from the Dominion and Dino Tracker and Epic Evolution line. And this blue and this other Velociraptor came from the Rebirth Matchbox line. Though, for this raptor, though, I'm not sure if I want to call it the Lost World Raptor or the Rebirth Raptor. Let me know in the comments if I should do with the Lost World Raptor or the Rebirth Raptor. Let me know. Next up, I got Nozosaurus, and the only one I have, which with this color, because there hasn't been any other color of this guy. But It looks pretty cool. The size itself, let's say it fits quite well with the between the real life Nodosaurus and the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Nodosaurus. I mean, I wish they could do a little detail on the eyes though, but it's it's still a cool minifig. Next, I got the Pyroraptor. However, this one is the only Pyroraptor mini I actually have, which came from the Dominion line of Matchbox vehicles. That I, this guy, I actually got him from this guy. I got him from Idaho a few years ago during my early years of collecting Jurassic World minis since the release of Dominion. However, what I noticed is that there's a bit of red on its body parts. Looks like as if he murdered someone. Yeah, I'm watching you, Birdie. Yeah, I'm watching you. Next, I got Cryptops, the only dinosaur minifig that only appeared in the Jurassic World Dino Tracker series, and the only one. Though, that was its only appearance. Same thing with the Nodosaurus. However, the design wise, it almost looks like it was a hybrid at first because I was confused to what dinosaur this was until either I don't know how I managed to find out, but I found out it was an actual animal and not a dinosaur. So I had to either look on YouTube or look online to see what dinosaur this was, and it was Cryptops. And not a hybrid. Well, technically, most of the dinosaurs in the Jurassic franchise, are hybrids. The reason why I say most is because the ones that were cloned by Biosyn, they were cloned differently from InGen. But anyways, about this Abelisaur, he's pretty cool. Yeah, at least there's a bit of detail on the eye, I believe. Next, I got both Atrociraptor Ghost and Atrociraptor Panthera. The only Atrociraptor minis I got from the the little boxes you collect at the store. However, Ghost, I believe, actually, I first got her from my little brother during my early mini collecting era. Oh boy. And I've been starting to collect more, and he managed to get one back at least. We used to collect, we used to trade minis with minis that we don't have, but we don't do that anymore, unfortunately. So, other than that, but both of these Atrociraptor skins, we've seen these, except this one's a bit different from the advent from the sets, and which includes the advent calendars. If you remember that one video. But both of these designs are much cooler. I think I prefer this one over the one in Advent Calendar, but they're still both goated. Next up, I got Caprosuchus, or as paleontologists would call it, the boar croc, because of its teeth that would expose itself like similar to that of a boar. Which this hellish croc with long legs is nightmare fuel if it were alive today. Thankfully, it's extinct. And this is the only. Oh, wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah. I was about to say it only appeared in Epic Evolution, but it also appeared in the Chaos Theory line, too. So, it made quite like 2 appearances. I got the biggest bird. Just kidding, it's not a bird, it's a pterosaur. Stupid hunter. Anyways, Quetzalcoatlus, the minion version. Anyways, I got this guy since Dominion was released a bit after, but oh boy, how do I say this? This was the first pterosaur mini I had. It looks quite accurate, though. I love how it looks quite accurate, especially the crest it's got, which is similar to the real life thing that it once existed. However, it would be nice if the Quetzalcoatlus mini would have been bit bigger than this, but what can I say? It's still pretty cool. Next, I got Dimetrodon, and no, they're not dinosaurs. Come on, people, get it through. The reason why I have two of them is because if you look closely, there's two different tones of the on the sail, which is why I keep minis that have different skin pattern or skin tones to it. Though, to be honest, its size is quite almost accurate. Possibly accurate, though there are many species of Dimetrodon. It appeared, I believe it appeared in the Dominion line. Yeah, it had to appear in the Dominion line. And then the Dino Tracker and Epic Evolution. I think that's all that. Oh wait, it also appeared. I believe it also appears in the Rebirth line too. Yeah, still cool. Next, I got Herrerasaurus, this dorky dinosaur. Though this is the only one of the few that don't have a skin pattern to it. It's really stupid how the Walmart website calls it a Baryonyx when clearly this is a Herrerasaurus. Get it straight, people. Though its size is almost accurate, though it could be a bit bigger than this, if not larger. But it's still a cool mini. Don't know how many times I have to keep saying that. Next, I got our Gallimimuses, the ones that I collected from the little boxes. Though I like how they're quite different from each other, cause this one here from the Dominion is a bit like, I believe is lighter than the two, but these two, when I look, one doesn't have the white underbelly, and the other one has a white underbelly, which I like that detail. At least they're doing a bit different. Oh crap! I fucked up. Next, I got Pachycephalosaurus. Yes, these are Pachycephalosauruses. Stygimoloch is basically a juvenile Pachycephalosaurus. Get over it and join the Paleo Community Club if you want to know more. Anyways, I like how they look quite a bit different because this one's like from the earlier ones, like the Dominion Dino Trackers, Epic Evolution, and this one's from the Chaos Theory line, which I like how they're a bit different from each other, which is unique. Next, I got these Monolophosauruses. Though, if you look closely, you could tell they're a bit different from each other. Well, that's from my perspective, anyways. This guy finally made its appearance in Chaos Theory, though it should have appeared in Camp Cretaceous since the animal did exist in Camp Cretaceous in Season 3. But regardless, I'm glad this animal finally appeared in the franchise, in minis that appeared in Chaos Theory and the recent Rebirth line, which is all pretty cool. Next I got is Altispinax, though the website of Jurassic Park Wiki calls it a Beckelspinax, but that's a synonym. but it's still Altispinax. So I'm just gonna go with that with the dinosaur mini. So I'm just gonna go with the real scientific name instead of the junior or synonym names. But the design of this animal of this minifig looks quite well for what was shown on screen. This, by the way, this one is brunette. Yeah, brunette. This one's brunette. Pretty cool. Next, I got Ceratosaurus. If you're wondering why I got two of them, look closely at their pattern design. That's why I choose to keep ones that look different from each other, despite being the same species and looking similar. But there is for me, when it comes to mini hunting, you would have to look closely for specific details that look quite a bit different from the other. It's like, find the difference in this image from that image. But this guy is still pretty cool. Honestly, not gonna brag, it's still a pretty cool mini. Though it kind of looks like it's got a T-Rex head though for some weird reason. Alright, and next we got the Dilophosaurus. This one, I'm not sure if this came from my advent calendar set or that it was stuck in slime for a while that I forgot it was in there. But this is a huge difference from this Dilophosaurus that's appeared in basically every single series, and it hasn't died. And then we got the Rebirth Dilo from the Rebirth Matchbox line, which I really like how it's kind of giving off kind of the Jurassic Park vibe. Though it could use a bit more detail on the frill, but what do you expect when? Oh wait, there could be other talented artists out there. You may never know, but it would be still cool to make it more detailed. Mm. Anyways, next I got my boy Indoraptor. Yeah, many fans nickname him Ripper, which is a badass name. Anyways, I like how it looks. Oh, I see how big the Indoraptor Mini is compared to this. Um, it don't like quite accurate for its size, but it's still good enough regardless. I like the design of this hybrid though. Next, I got Majungasaurus. This guy appeared in both Dino Trackers and the Epic Evolution line, which those were the only appearances this dinosaur minifig ever made. Though I wonder, will it be the only appearance it will be in both of those lines, or will it appear again in the future? We don't know, honestly, but hey, at least it had its moment to shine. Next we have is the most insane dinosaur, Borrelopelta. And by insane, I mean in the real animal had armor that was actually tested with a car that was speeding 50 miles per hour. And when the car crashed into its armor, there was no sign of damage on the armor at all. Meaning, that is absolutely insane for a notosaur like Borrelopelta. That's fucking insane. No kidding. Look it up on Google or watch a bunch of videos, especially Vivid Paleontology. Check them out on YouTube. Next, I got Kentrosaurus, the first dinosaur ever that I got since the Dino Tracker series, and it appeared again in Epic Evolution. And it stopped for a while until the Chaos Theory Advent Calendar was revealed, which with a different skin, It's still cool. I like how there is green on this one, honestly. Still cool. Next, I got the Nasutoceratops, which the first one I ever got was Dino Trackers. Yeah, it was Dino Trackers because I wasn't able to get the series 2 or 3 of Dominion, which this guy first appeared in, so Dino Trackers was the one I got it from, but still, it's a cool mini though. I like how its horns look kind of like a bowl. Next, I got Baryonyx Chaos herself. Though, if you remember the Advent Calendar video, you would know that there wasn't any blue on theirs. That the blue would have ended right on top of her hip. But I like how it looks. Though some people say that the design looks terrible and that the skull was kind of more like an alligator, but which on screen I could understand, but with this mini, it looks like a baryonyx. Well, almost if you ignore it because of the osteoderms on it. Alright, I should have said this at the beginning of the video, that I will be doing like different parts each because of how much minis I do and how long it may take, because I would like to get some sleep, honestly, but hey, anything for my viewers and my subscribers as much as I can. So, for the one to wrap it up for part 1 is Gryphosukis, which made its first appearance in Chaos Theory. Not the show, but the mini line itself. But I like how this looks so. At least it adds a bit of detail to it with the osteoderms, though it's more resembled that of a Gale. You know, those crocodilians that live in India have their specialized adaptations for like hunting fish with them long snouts. It's what this guy is reminding me of. I hope you guys enjoyed part 1. Well, part 2, hopefully I could get as much as I could get done with to show you guys, because there is a lot more to show, and I mean a lot. This seems a lot to me. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and till next time, I'm out. Bye.